Okay, so in this lesson, we are going to be talking and learning all about how to design thumbnails for your YouTube videos that inspire people to click and compel people to click. Because when people click on your YouTube videos, not only do you get views, obviously, but that gives YouTube a signal that people are interested in watching your video, they're interested in it, and they are driven to taking action when they see that thumbnail. And that means that YouTube is likely to promote it to even more people. So one of my favorite ways to design the thumbnails is with Canva, canva.com, which is a completely free graphic design program. Now, of course, you can use Photoshop or Illustrator if you're already familiar with those programs. Or another great free option that provides some different tools that you can use is Photor.com. That's Photor.com, Photor.com. Both Canva and Photor work great. I use Canva a little bit more than Photor, but Photor has some functionality that Canva doesn't have. So you might try each of them and see which one you get on with better. So both Canva and Photor have all of these templates for different types of graphics that you might wish to design. And it's worth exploring if you design very many different sorts of graphics. You want an easier way to do it. But the one we're going to focus on today is the YouTube thumbnail template. So you just click on that. And even if you don't want to use any of their graphics, the benefit of clicking on the template is that it automatically makes it exactly the right size, so you don't have to fuss around with that at all. This will open up and you will have an image that is exactly the right size, and you have a whole bunch of templates over here. Now, if you are an experienced branding person, brand designer, or graphic designer, and I don't necessarily mean a professional, but I just mean if that is something that comes easily to you, something that you're really comfortable with, or something that you are experienced with, then you might already have a strong idea of exactly what you want your brand to look like, what you want your YouTube channel to look like, and what you want your thumbnails to look like. And that's great. And you can go ahead and start designing from scratch. If, on the other hand, you don't feel super comfortable or super confident with designing graphics, then these templates can be a lifesaver. So now chances are none of them are going to look exactly how you want your videos to look, but if you just see one that looks kind of how you want your videos to look, then you can click on it and use it as a starting place for your videos. So maybe you like this one, maybe you like this one, okay? It doesn't matter all that much if you're gonna be completely honest. So let's say you liked this one, for example, and you want to use it. So you can change out the image here. So let's see, I've got some images of myself. So let's say I wanted to do this, and then I want to get rid of their image, tips. Okay, now that would be not a very great video name, but okay, so now I've got a video thumbnail, okay, and that took me how long? Like a minute or two. Now, this might not be at all what you want yours to look like, and that's certainly fine. You can choose a different template, but the main thing that I want you to think about is creating one that you really like and saving that one. You know, you're gonna download it. You come up here and you push download, and you can download it as a PNG, which will work great for a thumbnail. But then the next time when you are creating your thumbnail, instead of starting from scratch again and choosing a template and then like a different template and trying to make it also look nice, what I want you to do to get the most cohesive look is to start with this template. So when you're over here and you're in all your designs, the thumbnails that you created, like this one right here, are thumbnails that you created recently. So you just, instead of starting from scratch, you make a copy of this one, and then you open that copy and start with this and just make tweaks to this, whatever your last thumbnail was, and it will give your channel a much more cohesive look. So I could take this one that I created recently and I could change the image. So this time I'm making a video here. So I'm going to use this image. I was in this place for this new imaginary video. So we just resized this to fill up the entire screen. And then clearly we've got a little bit of a problem here. So we could either flip this image around, which would be easy, or we could simply move this text over to the side, which would be good because it would change this up a little bit. Okay, so now it's no longer the same thing. Now maybe this video is YouTube success tips. Okay, so we can do YouTube success tips here. And then we'll change this other font to say success. Okay, and then clearly we need to make a few changes to make this look right, but that's okay because it's good to change it a little bit so that it doesn't look like you're just using the exact same graphic over and over again. You know, you want to mix it up, you want to make it be a little bit interesting, but you also want to be able to have this cohesive look. And that's why I'm saying it's best to use the same template over and over again and just edit from there. So we'd move this over and we'd resize this. And again, I'm not saying that this is the style your channel needs to have by any means. You know, you might want your channel's video thumbnails to look completely different, and that's great actually. But the idea here is just how to make your channel have a cohesive look and also how to make these thumbnails pop. So let's talk about that. What can you do to make these thumbnails really be eye-catching and click-worthy, as I would say? So the main thing is we want them to look nice, okay? But it's not good if they look nice and they don't catch my attention. So you want a few big words that really grab people's attention and tell people this is what the video is about, this is why you would want to watch it. And that gives them the reason to click, which makes them much more likely to click. And then beyond that, we want to have an image that goes along with that, that again is eye-catching and has something to do with the topic of the video. Now, beyond that, you want to just think about exactly what you're trying to convey with this. You know, you want to use colors that both work with your branding, of course, but also ideally are, like I said, relatively eye-catching. So the two things that you're going for, you want it to be eye-catching so that people notice it, because if they don't notice it, they're not going to click on it. And you want it to be attractive so that when they notice it, they are compelled to click on it. They think that looks interesting and that looks like a good, high-quality video that will actually be helpful. So this doesn't need to be rocket science at all. It's relatively simple, but take the few minutes to design custom thumbnails that look nice and get people's attention and tell people what your video is about so that they have a reason to click.